Last week, it was reported that Democratic Congressman John Conyers had been accused of sexual misconduct by multiple women up in the Congress and reached a settlement with at least one of them. Yesterday, Conyers stepped down as the top Democrat on the House Judiciary Committee. Democrats have not been eager, though, to push him out of Congress entirely. Yesterday, instead of demanding his resignation, the House Democratic leader, Nancy Pelosi, praised Conyers as, quote, an icon.
Just because someone is accused, and was it one accusation? Is it two? I think there has to be. John Conyers is an icon in our country.
Do you believe John Conyers is accused?
I don't know who they are. Do you? They have not really come forward. And that gets
so you don't know if you believe the accusations?
That's for the Ethics Committee to review.
Nancy Pelosi doesn't like anonymous accusations when they're leveled against Democrats. We notice Mark Steyn is an author and columnist, and he joins us tonight. Mark, I kind of half agree with Pelosi in that, look, we don't know all the facts, and I'm willing to suspend judgment. But I'm totally baffled by her line about Conyers being an icon. That seems like a non sequitur. Like, what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, I mean, I've been listening to what you've been saying earlier, Tucker, and I have grave misgivings about a lot of this because I think as a society we're short of what we used to quaintly call courtship rituals, and we risk actually making things worse by having nothing between, the rather cold world of hookups and friends with benefits, and on the other hand, Harvey Weinstein staggering around in his bathrobe. But in the case of Conyers, Nancy Pelosi, the most powerful woman in Democrat progressive politics, just gave a textbook illustration of how vulnerable women in low-level jobs are cowed into not coming forward. What does "he's an icon" mean? It means he's a somebody and you're a nobody. What does it mean when she says, I don't know who these women are? Oh, they're just girls in the typing pool, so they don't count. He's the icon.
That's right. So I'm just getting right now in my ear, actually, an update on this. Pelosi has just released a statement saying that she did speak to one of the accusers, apparently whose name is Melanie Sloan, and she finds the accusations, quote, disturbing. I don't have word on whether she's going to be calling for him to leave the Congress, but she does seem a little bit slow to make a judgment about Chairman Conyers. And I don't want to think it's partisan, but I can't think of another good explanation.
Well, no, because she's essentially making the same argument that Weinstein and the others made when she started saying, oh, he was very important in passing the Violence Against Women bill. Well, the old line is that bank robbers rob banks because that's where the money is. Sexual predators use the cover of liberal progressive feminism because that's where the girls are. That's what Harvey Weinstein discovered. That's what Charlie Rose discovered. And that's how John Conyers seems to operate, too. And in Conyers' case, it's worse. Because if a guy wants to behave like a pig and abuse women in his private life, that's one thing. Conyers took it to the next level. He made you and me and all the other American taxpayers pay for it.
Well, that's exactly right.
Which is disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
Just to get back to something you said at the outset, which is maybe what bothers me the most, it does seem like we're moving toward a complete breakdown in the way that men and women get along, which may be the worst possible outcome. What's the solution to that?
Well, I do think that almost every other generation in human history had it easier. In that whether you're talking about accepting a dance in the 19th century or going for a chocolate malt at the soda fountain in the middle of the 20th century, we seem to have lost all that. And the danger is that we're a hyper-sexualized society. Almost from the word go, the pop songs that 7- and 8-year-olds listen to exist in a world of hypersexualization. But then if you want to act on that, there are no longer any agreed social rituals as to how it is you're meant to pursue that. And re-establishing that kind of architecture is really the challenge. What Kathy was saying at the top of the show, when the women take over and we have, what did she call it, warlock hunts, I don't think warlock hunts are the answer, and I think that kind of tortured view of relations between the sexes will make a miserable world for people across this country.
I agree with that completely. That's what you want to avoid, that kind of zero-sum thinking. Mark Steyn, thank you as always for your wisdom.